On this video right here, we're replacing the front left wheel hub assembly. We're gonna also go ahead and grease up all the bearings and all that real nice. You're gonna need a 3.5 Allen wrench along with a flathead screwdriver. You're also gonna need this right here. It's a special socket from Ford. It's called a 4-pin socket. And some of those right there. First thing, you gotta take off this one right here. So you're gonna need also a cross screwdriver for that. And also you might want to put a tarp at the bottom if you're working out on the dirt like I am. And it's never a bad idea to have something to put all your stuff in, including your tools, so you don't have to be looking for them. Take out the lock hub. You might want to put your hand behind it because it does have this spring that will pop out on you. And then the next step is going to be to remove this ring right here. You also have a ring right here. Well, show that one more time. This ring right here, and then this ring down here holds all that in there. So when removing this right here, I was having some issues pulling it out. So what you might want to do if you're having issues pulling it out, just put the bolts back on there, and then you just pull on the bolts with some pliers like that or that one, and I was able to get it out pretty easily. Now this is where we're gonna need that Ford special tool socket, the 4-pin socket, this one right here. You might want to make sure you get that before you get working on this because you will get stuck. So after you remove that one right there, the 4-pin nut, you're gonna have that washer, probably with 2 flathead screwdrivers, you'll be able to pull it out. And that also retains another 4 main bolt in the back that we're gonna need that same tool for. Right there. So there's that one. I was able to remove it with 2 flathead screwdrivers, and then there's the other 4 pin bolt that I was mentioning you guys about. You will also need to go ahead and remove the tire, because you got to remove the disc brake, or the disc brake, and the caliper off to be able to take this whole thing off. We're also going to go ahead and replace the ABS sensor because last time I was in there it went out. So you guys how to do that also. These bolts right here, there are 3/4. I'm using an impact, makes it way easier. And for this one right here, these bolts for the brakes, the caliper, it's a 1/2. So you're gonna need that also. With the caliper, it's not that hard. All you gotta do is get a flathead in here. And just wiggle it, start coming out. For the ABS sensor, it's just this one right here. You're gonna need an 8mm bolt. Socket for the bolt. And then as you can see, this one's pretty messed up. That's why we're replacing it, putting a new one. Didn't go too smoothly when I put it in last time and I messed it up, so now it's gonna get a new one. For the ABS sensor, you're also gonna have an 8 bolt. A socket for a 8mm socket for that bolt right there, and then that line. It looks like it goes all the way up to somewhere over here. I still gotta figure that part out. Back together, there's gonna be that spacer that I told you about. It's gonna have a nipple. You want to make sure it falls in the nipple because that locks that bolts in there so that there's no play. Or I mean the bolt doesn't get loose.